All right, I'm heading off to the Plainview show. Just want to talk and drive at the same time. Just a little strategy in regards to a little talk about strategy when it comes to investing in sports cards. My experience has shown me that if you don't have a strategy, you're going to be eaten up. You're going to basically have a little bit of everything and not enough of anything to make it worthwhile. So discipline and strategy really go a long way when it comes to sports cards. You're going to see so many different cards. So many cards are going to catch your eye. But if you don't go out there and define the card that you want, or define the exact genre or what you're looking for, whether it's autos, whether it's rookie cards, whether it's Hall of Famers, you're going to deviate from that, and you're going to have a watered down collection and or inventory. So define your universe. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you specialize in? What is it that you want? How are you going to differentiate yourself from somebody else? Define that and stick to that. That's what makes the difference. Whether you're a rookie card Hall of Famer, whether you're a modern day rookie card guy, or you're a numbered autograph, or a serial numbered guy, whatever it is. Because a lot of times you're going to find value in a card that's not the exact card that you're looking for, and you get all your cards back, and you can look at them and say, listen, these cards are nice individually, but as a whole, it doesn't really add up to what I'm looking for. And then the other way, if you do it, if you define exactly what your universe is, when you look at your cards as a whole, they're actually going to be worth more than you actually than individually when you put them all together. So my first piece of advice is define your universe, whatever that universe may be. And I find that when you have a universe that's well defined and it's smaller than it's a small universe, you're gonna really know your specialty in that area, and you're gonna find the minute differences between I want to say grades or cards or situations where it's gonna help you make a little bit more money. Anyway, that's how my brain works. Anyway, define your universe. That's the first thing. Second thing is stick to a strategy. If you're into grading, then grade. If you're into flipping, then flip. If you're into, collecting, then collect. It's very difficult to learn a strategy. It takes a time. You got to make a lot of mistakes. And when you specialize in a certain type of strategy, you become better at it quicker. So if you're looking to get some results quicker, define your universe and define your strategy. Those are the two pieces of advice that I can definitely give that have worked in the past, and I believe are timeless pieces of advice that will always work. When you define your genre and you define what you're looking for, you're going to find cards that are going to fall into what I call the card purgatory. You got to stay away from those cards. It's going to be a card that it's not good enough to grade, and by the time you sell it on eBay or somewhere else, you're going to be hit with fees. They're going to take away most of the value of the card. You got to be really careful about those type of cards. Say you have a $30 or $40 card that you purchase that's not gradable. What I mean by that is, even if you get a 9 on it, or a 10, you're looking at a $60 or $70 value after investing another $30 minimum to grade. You really didn't make any money. You basically took a card and all you do is add money to it and then got that money back at a later date after you sell it. So you got to be very careful of cards like that. Even if you're getting value on those cards, say you got a $30 card for $20, you feel, well, I make $10. It's really not true. That $20 card, even if you listed it on eBay, that $20 card, if you listed it at $30, by the time you take away eBay fees and PayPal fees, and if you want to do a little advertising on that particular card, you're back down to $20. So you got to be real careful of churning your money constantly. You think you're getting somewhere, buying a $30 card for $20, feeling you can sell it for $30. It really is not the case. Again, if you just take a look at the math, you list something on eBay for $30, they take 10%, which is $3. Then just say PayPal takes 4%, which is $1.20. Now you're down to $5.20. Now you got to pay for shipping, and if you have advertising on the card, you virtually made nothing. So you have a 50% markup that is dwindled away, and there are millions and millions of cases like this where you feel you're getting value, you feel that it's a good card, I could sell it for more, and unless you're selling it in person or unless you're selling it on a platform that has no commissions, which not many platforms sell ungraded cards, without major commissions. So you took a card that you felt you made a 50% profit on, and again, it's just getting your money back at a later date, which puts you in a bad position because now your money's being used, and at best you're getting your money back, which really just churning your money. So my plan now is to get out of the $30 to $40, $50 card range, unless it's something that obviously is in a markdown, but it could be in a pristine condition, could be a substantial markup. But you're looking at situations where you got to define what you're looking for. If you're looking to grade cards, you got to understand that anything you put into a card nowadays, I'm just using SGC as an example because they're the only financially reasonable card grading company that can get your card back within a short period of time. It's probably been about 3 weeks door to door, and just say you average $35 per grading card with fees to send it there, as far as mailing fees and insurance both ways. Say it's $35 a card. So any card you buy, you got to add $40 to just to know what the value of your card is. So if you're buying a card for say 60 and you add 40, if you want to sell it on a platform at 100, you're going to be breaking even. You sell on eBay, you're going to need to pay 120. So you got to really, really be very, very disciplined in what card you buy. You can't just buy average cards. You got to buy the card, that what I look for is I take the cards that I want to purchase and I purchase 10 to 20% of those cards. And it's very easy to buy cards. Believe me, that's the fun part. When you're going out there and you're looking for cards, it's very, very easy to buy cards, and you always feel you can get the best grades. You always feel you're going to return it real quickly. But what I've learned is, you got to be very disciplined in what you buy. There's nothing worse than a bad buy. When you have a bad buy, it just you hold on to the card because you know what you put into it. You don't want to sell it for less than you put into it. That's a mistake. Then the second thing is that nobody else wants your bad buy, so you're stuck in a bad buy, and the only way to get rid of it is to really put it out there for a cheap price and take a big hit and start over again. So my feeling is when you only purchase 10 to 20% of the cards that you like, you're going to really eliminate a lot of the bad buys, a lot of the traps, a lot of the purgatory cards. And what I want to do is get that one card and hit on it. In order to do that, you're going to need to purchase a few cards in order to get that type of return. But if I'm purchasing a lot of cards, I'm extending I'm extending all those grading fees. I'm extending all the situation where time. So, it's very, very difficult to sell cards. It's very easy to buy cards. You got to go in with that mindset that it's going to be difficult to sell the card. And when you have that mindset, you're going to slow down on your purchases. And when you slow down on your purchases, you're going to be more careful. And when you're more careful, you're going to negate the 80% of the cards that are just going to churn the money for you. So that's my number one take going to this card show right now. I don't want to be purchasing cards that are going to be in card purgatory. I'm looking for the 10 to 20% of the cards that I want, and looking to get out of the card purgatory. I'll see you in a little while. Okay, just getting out of the Plainview show. I have some thoughts, and it's been a while since I've been at a show, and bring back some memories for me in regards to dealers and what attracts certain people to certain tables, and how certain dealers just absolutely just crush themselves with their attitudes and the way they handle themselves. I guess more than anything, when you buy from a show, not only do you have to buy the right card, but you got to buy from the right dealer to make the transaction enjoyable. Some dealers are just, I'm not going to make this a negative video, but if you have something marked up 3 times the price it's going for, say even on eBay, and you expect people just to not even negotiate. And like, if you have say a card's a $100 card and you have them jacked up to $300 ungraded, and you got to expect somebody to chew you down significantly on that card. I mean, you can't basically expect somebody to just come in and walk in and buy the card. I mean, I just have no idea what people are expecting. Some of these dealers, the card's going to sit there. What they're looking for is the one person who doesn't have information or knowledge and just wants the card itself, and to pay 3 times the price of what it's going for. It doesn't happen anymore. People have access to information instantaneously. I mean, I used the old app today, taking pictures of cards, and you know what? I had instantaneous market prices of cards. I was able to find about 10 cards overall today that I felt that were good value on. The dealer was nice and pleasurable to deal with. He was an old timer. He had was vintage cards, but he was nice to deal with. He was able, he wasn't marking up things significantly. He's giving you a fair and accurate price on cards, and sometimes there's a little leeway and sometimes there's not, and that's fine. But I mean, I spent an hour and a half or 2 hours walking around the show, and I spent most of my time after that at his table. My whole point is some of these deals just hurt themselves significantly, and it's I guess they'll learn. I mean, they're so bitter about the technology that's happened in the last couple of years' time. I actually walked up to the table and the guy labeled me as a grader or a flipper or a new wave guy. I mean, it doesn't matter who I am. I'm looking to buy your card. What I do with it at this point shouldn't matter. If I'm a grader and I'm buying your ungraded card, then A, you should have got it graded, or B, if you don't want to sell me an ungraded card because I'm going to get it graded, there's something wrong, because you have access to do the exact same thing that I'm going to do. But if you say there's a big scam getting it graded, then don't have a hard time selling me an ungraded card. Shows are all about relationships with dealers, and guys have personality. Some guys don't have personality, and guys without the personality or the sarcasm or the labeling or the making you feel uncomfortable being at their table, I don't know how they're ever going to survive in this business. But this business is about personality. It's about education. It's about being upfront, honest, and transparent as far as comps go. It's about win-win. It's if you feel you're going to sell your car for 3 times the value of it's going for, that's not happening anymore. So I'm all for everyone making money, but I really feel some dealers would actually make more money if they price their cards at a negotiating point, a starting point. I know you want to negotiate, but price the cards at a starting point that's actually reasonable. So once I ask you for a price of your card and you tell me it's 3 times the going rate, there's no way I'm investing any more time in your showcase looking at anything. There's absolutely no way. And it was a very good experience today. Like I said, a couple hours of time. I just have to say that when you be able to take a photo of a graded card, it gives you instantaneous market price and all the last sales, is absolutely a game changer. And there's so many cards there. Sometimes, like I said, you know prices, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can actually see the difference in a PSA 5 versus a PSA 6 or versus a PSA 7. And that alt app is absolutely fantastic. Good experience today overall. Got some cards. Going to go back and relist these cards, and I'll give you an update next week when we're going to the East Coast National.